We start today with a news alert. Within the last hour, behind closed doors, Governor Ron DeSantis signed the bill into law allowing permitless carry in Florida. Now, this gets rid of the requirement for a Florida resident to have a permit or training to conceal carry a gun. It does require the person to carry a valid state ID, and gun safety groups do argue that letting people conceal carry without training will make people less safe. Some supporters, though, are calling for open carry. They say this without a permit, say this does not go far enough, and this new law will take effect July 1st.
Florida becomes the 26th state in the union to pass constitutional carry. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRS certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like my channel and would like to support my content, you can do so with the links in the description box below. Everything is appreciated. I know I keep saying I'm working on the merchandising, some real cool stuff I'm going to come out with. That's still in the works, but you definitely know about it when it's ready to go. But let's talk about this. Now, April 3rd, Governor DeSantis down in Florida signed off on the permitless carry gun bill and makes it law. Now, I want to like I said in the beginning, this is the 26th state, so now more than half the country is now constitutional carry. I'm going to talk a lot about that, but let me first give you the context. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit here, get this information out. So let's go ahead and watch this.
As protesters chanted outside the Senate, inside, the debate raged for the last time over permitless carry, which, if signed, would allow legal gun owners to carry concealed weapons without the currently required permit or training. For Democrats, it was a non-starter.
When this bill passes, however careful, however well-intended, people are going to die.
We should do everything in our power to make us safer. That's more important.
Republicans have said from the start they're trying to eliminate a government permission slip to access the Second Amendment.
What this bill does for the majority of Floridians is ensure that they have the right to protect those they love.
This bill attempts to return the God-given rights of humanity, the God-given rights of self-defense.
Others highlighted the bill's various public safety measures, like more active assailant training for law enforcement, better threat sharing for schools, and an expansion of Florida's Guardian program to private institutions.
This piece of policy is a continuation of the legacy of school safety that Florida prioritizes.
Even so, Democrats...
We must do more. We will do more. And more guns does not mean more safety.
Voting unanimously against the measure.
27 yeas, 13 nays, Madam President.
So the bill passes.
Overwhelmed by the GOP supermajority, who, despite one defection, is delivering permitless carry to the governor as promised. His pen making it effective July 1st of this year.
Heard that and you saw that. Now, part of the bill actually appears was scrubbed from the final law. That includes open carry. But I'm going to come over here. This is Fox News. Titled, DeSantis, Signature Tips U.S. into Majority Constitutional Carry Nation with New Florida Gun Rights Law. Subtitle, Florida is the 26th state with laws on the books allowing permitless carry of firearms. The U.S. now has a majority of states with constitutional carry laws on the books after Florida Republican Governor Ron Desantis signed a bill into law Monday that eliminates the requirement for an individual to obtain a permit to carry a concealed firearm. The NRA applauds Florida becoming the 26th state to adopt the vital constitutional carry legislation. This NRA spearheaded initiative empowers Floridians to exercise their Second Amendment rights without undue bureaucratic barriers, affirming the fundamental right to self-defense. NRA ILA Interim Executive Director Randy Kozas exclusively told Fox News Digital in a statement. The Florida Senate voted 27-13 last week on the constitutional carry bill, sending the legislation to DeSantis, who signed it into law on Monday morning. There are already 25 states that had permitless or constitutional carry laws on the books, meaning Florida tipped the U.S. into becoming a constitutional carry majority nation. The law allows eligible citizens 21 years of age and up to carry without asking the government for a permit and without paying a fee. The legislation does not change who is eligible to obtain a carry permit, and those who still wish to get a permit may do so under the law. Quote, "We thank Governor DeSantis for his support of self-defense and Second Amendment laws and for prioritizing the safety and security of Florida residents. This historic move is a testament to the dedication of the NRA, our members, gun owners, and Second Amendment supporters working together in the state. Today's NRA victory inspires us to continue advocating for constitutional carry laws across the nation, ensuring the protection of Second Amendment rights for all Americans," Kozats added in his comment to Fox. "We extend our gratitude to the Florida legislature and all those who have worked tirelessly to make this a reality in the Sunshine State. The law will officially go into effect on July 1st, 2023. Constitutional carry is in the books," DeSantis said in a press release Monday. Republicans in the state argued over the last few months that the bill would further protect residents and their families from potential crimes while also continuing to advance Second Amendment freedoms. Quote, "This bill is a big step to help the average law-abiding citizens to keep them from having to go through the hoops of getting a permit from the government to carry their weapon," Republican State Rep Chuck Brandon said last month. Florida state Democrats and activists argued that easier access to concealed carry would lead to more violence, which is, they got to stick to their talking points. But you still have a background check. You still have to prove that you are a upstanding citizen of the state before you can even be in possession of a firearm to start with. So they got to do their gaslighting part, lead to more violence. Well, we're witnessing what's happening across the country as crime continues to spiral. Saw a story just very recently where a woman went to an ATM machine. She pulled out some money to pay for a vacation so she could go back to Vietnam. She was attacked on the street, and the attacker went as far as to paralyze her. She is now basically paralyzed while trying to rob her. But you don't stop violence with law. You really don't, because there are more laws in the books that tell us what we can't do than what we can do. And this story here, coming out of Florida, I'm almost certain, and I have to segue a little bit, I'm almost certain that they're gonna start paying for billboards to say don't come to Florida because it's too dangerous here. And you just gotta they did that before. New York apparently spent money on billboards to have people from Florida move to New York because they claim that it's not safe in Florida, and it's like New York is definitely not even close to being safe in any idea of the word safe. But I applaud Governor DeSantis, and we'll see if this continues. Now, you know that certain states that are run by liberals, Connecticut being one, unfortunately, this will never happen unless we have a major shift in the political parties. But I don't see that happening. New York, California, the usual suspects. They're going to continue to make us pay fees and funds and go through all kinds of loopholes and jump through every hoop possible to prove that we're a good person to be able to carry a firearm, which does not help when it comes to criminal activity. We just know this. This is just common sense. But expect over the next few weeks for across the country to hear these anti-gun groups rail against this, claiming that Florida is taking a step in the wrong direction. Just expect it to happen. And we'll see how it plays out over time. We'll see over the years how this is going to change the face of crime in Florida, where people now, don't have to wait to get a permit to carry a firearm. Because we had a story, and now I will try to pull up the details on it, where a woman was being stalked by her ex-boyfriend. She applied for a permit, and while waiting for that permit, her ex-boyfriend murdered her. So this, common sense and everything else, and anyone who's watched me long enough knows that I am a big proponent of train. Man, train. Get proficient with the firearm that you're carrying. But that's got to be on the individual. I don't think the government has the right to dictate terms to the people when it comes to a constitutional right and how to exercise it. But it's on the individual, and I hope that Floridians get that, grasp that concept, and get themselves tight with their firearm on their own volition, not the government's prodding. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.